The Electoral Commission is thinking about looking into the Labour Party because of worries that it might have benefited from indirect European Union funding. In today's video, we will go over the latest news from across the nation and discuss the full story, but first, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more. Just a quick note to say that we do have new OneCare t-shirts available on our website. Go to british.com or check the link in the description. The controversy stems from a £30,000 donation made to the Fabian Society, a think tank with close ties to Labour, by the Foundation for European Progressive Studies, an EU-backed organe after the EU's Authority for European Political Parties and European Political Foundations fined FEPS last week for allegedly breaking regulations on funding foreign political groups. The watchdog highlighted the issue as a possible regulatory concern. The funds were deemed to be indirect funding of the UK Labour Party by the EU authority. According to an Electoral Commission spokeswoman, the matter is being reviewed and, in line with our enforcement strategy, we are taking this information about the Fabian Society into consideration as potentially regulatory. The EU watchdog penalized FEPS $30,000 on Monday for violating rules that forbid political foundations that receive EU funding from contributing to the electioneering finances of any party. According to reports, the funds were used to support a conference and book launch in January 2023 that several Labour politicians attended. According to Electoral Commission regulations, donations to member associations, like think tanks or campaign groups connected to political parties, that total more than £500 must originate from approved sources, and donations over £11,180 must be officially reported to the Commission. The funding-receiving Fabian Society has long been known as a Labour-affiliated organisation with close ties to the party's leadership. The Society openly acknowledges these ties on its website, boasting that it is affiliated with the Labour Party and works closely with Labour politicians. It also adds that every Labour Prime Minister has been a Fabian, and hundreds of Labour politicians, including Starmer MP, are members of the Society today. Senior Conservative figures have denounced the funding arrangement with Nigel Huddleston MP Brandon, the Conservative Party co-chairman, calling it scandalous. Huddleston declared that Brexit was a liberating moment for this nation and that it is simply scandalous to see Labour groups accepting large sums of money from EU organisations. He continued by arguing that the British public would be rightfully shocked by the revelations accusing Labour of undermining the nation's post-Brexit independence and that the Droitwich and Eam MP also demanded that Labour publicly commit to rejecting any future funding from EU-affiliated organisations. If Labour is serious about Brexit and is not planning to reverse the progress made to further our country's independence from Brussels, they must pledge to accept the fine but refuse to accept any more funding from this group. However, the EU watchdog upheld the fine, claiming that FEPS was penalised for indirect funding of the UK Labour Party and for exceeding the task limitations set for European political foundations with the Electoral Commission. FEPS has strongly defended its funding of the Fabian Society, insisting that its actions were entirely legitimate. A spokesperson for FEPS responded to the allegations, saying that as a political foundation, FEPS cannot be expected to be non-political and that it is undoubtedly within the remit of FP's mission to provide advice, guidance, and input for social democratic policymakers and organizations. Currently evaluating the case as scrutiny grows, Labour may soon be the subject of a formal investigation into its financial ties to organizations supported by the EU. Should it be discovered that the party violated financing regulations, it may face severe legal and political repercussions. In other news, Labour's new border security bill has been called an insult to the British people after it was revealed that the party would be repealing several Tory-era rules on illegal migrants. The bill was announced earlier this week, and it includes provisions that state that nearly all illegal arrivals would never be able to obtain British citizenship and that asylum seekers should be treated as adults if they failed to take age tests. Labour will have to choose between removing itself from EU-affiliated funding sources or facing more criticism from those who claim the party is still too closely aligned with Brussels. The party has praised Labour's plan as a counter-terrorism-style crackdown, but Shadow Home Secretary Chris Phillips has cautioned that it will only result in the pairing of dangerous young men with adolescent females. Philp explained to The Telegraph that the UK is Europe's gentle touch. Starmer is a weak prime minister who lacks the strength to defend our borders, our children, and our citizens. I will do everything in my power to prevent this craven surrender to illegal aliens and individuals. Smugglers are more likely to have children granted refugee status in Britain when the bill comes to Parliament, which leads to thousands of migrants lying about their age in an attempt to obtain asylum in this country. Currently, 2 Home Office stars evaluate small boat arrivals based on their appearance and behavior, but it takes a very strong indication that a person claiming to be a child is significantly older than 18 years old to classify them as an adult. All other major European nations, such as France and Germany, use medical tests to help determine the ages of younger asylum seekers. Labour has pledged to retain some powers from the 2023 Act and has said it reserves the right to legislate to introduce stronger sanctions if necessary, but the repealing has sparked fury from migration hardliners Sol Arman and Rupert Lowe, the former of which said Labour is decriminalising illegal migration to the UK under the Tories. Almost anyone who entered the country illegally was ruled ineligible for settled status and eventual citizenship, and now Braverman has said the bill removes all the security and provisions we had put into place to keep the UK safe and is a disgrace. To put it bluntly, it is an insult to the British people. It shamefully opens up our borders and disgracefully allows illegal immigrants to become citizens. If you enter the UK illegally, you should be detained, deported and banned from ever returning. While Lowe said our asylum system is already as soft as a boiled maggot, zero tolerance is required, it is abundantly clear that thousands of males are fooling the incompetent Home Office through lies over their age, sexuality, religion and more. It is a scam. The migrant's word is frequently believed to be accurate and given the benefit of the doubt, consistently carried out as official policy. According to a Home Office spokesperson, the new Border Security Asylum and Immigration Bill includes practical steps to improve cross-system operational efforts to tighten border security, improve upstream collaboration with foreign partners, and contribute to the establishment of a safe and effective immigration system. We have strong procedures in place to confirm and evaluate an individual's age where there is doubt, including the National Age Assessment Board, and we have preserved the provisions on scientific assessments from the Nationality and Borders Act 2022. The Illegal Migration Act has not yet begun in large part, including this measure on age assessments, nor will it fall under this government's policy, which focuses on delivering long-term credible policies that restore order to the asylum system. Please share your ideas about the topics we covered in today's video in the comments box below. If you haven't already, please make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more British stuff. Thank you, and be careful. Goodbye.